All right. And let's see, we're getting the.
No, I'm good. I was gonna let you just, introduce us or whatever. Go ahead.
Don't put up the music.
Oh, my bad. Let's do the opening. My bad, y'all. Hold on.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
Can you feel it? Showing up.
Damn. Actually, you know what? I fucked up. Let me get this.
What, was it on?
Yeah, it's on, but
okay.
yeah, that one half is gonna be like white. Oh,
all right.
Anyway, welcome to Triad Hip Hop Podcast. It's your boy Howard, my man
Kurt. What's up, y'all?
And you know what I'm saying? We got another good one for you today, episode 241.
Yes, sir. 241.
Yes, sir.
We got a lot to talk about. We're gonna try to, not to keep y'all too long, but we got a lot to talk about. So,
Yep.
How was your week this week?
Oh, week was pretty good. Trying to get things together for school. Yeah, go ahead. Oh yeah. Excuse the technical difficulties. All right, now we in there like swimwear. Oh, my bad. Yeah, let me.
No, you good.
But trying to get together with school and did we talk about it last week? 30 years ago, Who the Man came out.
Who's the Man? The Ed Lover and Dr. Dre movie?
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
I never saw the movie, but it came up on Tuesday. So I went through, and it was just like, if you like hip hop movies, this is for people who have never seen it. If you like hip hop, especially for the early 90s, it's a good movie to watch because they pretty much have everybody there.
Yeah.
House of Pain, they had dude from Be Real from Cypress Hill.
Yeah.
They had
Cool G Rap.
Yeah, Cool G Rap. Yeah, that's right. He's in the bar.
Yeah,
that's Cool G.
Yeah.
And they had
Eric B. and Rakim was in there, I think.
I know the music was in there.
I can't remember it, but I seen it, but I can't remember.
They might have been in there. The music was in there. Freddie Fox was in there.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of cameos. It was really a good movie.
Yeah, I might have to go back and rewatch it because I did see it when it first came out, but I honestly just don't remember all the cameos. But I remember liking it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a dope movie. I really wish. I'm not gonna say a remake. I don't know what would be like the modern version of that.
Right.
Yeah, because somebody probably,
Yeah, they probably mess it up.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Just leave it alone.
Leave it alone. But how was your week, sir?
My week was all right, man. It wasn't the greatest. My car's acting up a little bit, so I got to figure out a way to come out of some money, and fix this shit. So, let's go ahead and give that a boo.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Boo! Right here, rent time. You know what I mean?
Oh man, that's I'm gonna act up like,
right.
Oh, nigga, you got some extra shit.
Right.
Say, nigga,
Right.
let me turn up for y'all.
They started jerking and coughing up.
Hey, why you?
Come on now, let me at least get home. Because I was right in the middle of driving somewhere and I had to turn around because it was jerking so bad. So I was like, let me just go back home and park this bitch. So it's been sitting for a few days now. So I don't know, man. I'm going to figure it out, though. Luckily, I don't have to go too many places because I work from home. So, it helps out a lot.
Yeah, I mean, but still, you definitely got to, especially, being in the South, you got to have a mode of transportation.
Right, exactly.
And, that's why, like, I tell, again, like I was saying, like, me and my girl, we had a talk about that. She's like, having all these vehicles is too much. I said, yeah, but if you're in the South, it's always good to have, like, 2 vehicles.
Yeah.
Just in case. Now, I'm not saying have a whole fucking car lot. I'm just saying have 2 good vehicles just in case. In case one go down, you got another one until you get that one fixed. You know what I'm saying? Or
agreed.
Or if it can, if you want to sit for a while, you at least got that one. You know what I'm saying? So yeah man, that's definitely important.
Well, yeah, overall my week was decent. Just same old thing. Just staying busy, but I didn't really expect that with the car. But you know, repairs is just getting real expensive these days, man. Even maintenance is getting expensive, man. Oil changes is damn near $100 now.
Oh yeah, man, that's crazy. You got damn near robbing people. Yeah, oil change.
So that's the only thing, man. That was the only hiccup for my week. Other than that, you know, and but yeah, and I apologize. I'm gonna go ahead and apologize ahead of time because I'm expecting a delivery. So if y'all hear banging in the background, it might be my door. I was hoping they would deliver it before we started the show, but you know, it is what it is. So, but hopefully they'll just leave it at the door. Won't even knock. You know, we'll see.
Yeah.
But all right. So yeah, again, this is episode 241. Don't forget, hit all the buttons: like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe.
Brothers and sisters.
Brothers and sisters. Dr. Umar said,
need funds allocated. So we can be able to make fun in preparation of the school.
Preparation. Yes, sir. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into some things. Let's see here. I don't think we had any people that passed away or anything, not that I can remember. So we'll go ahead and skip past that. You want to do the question of the day or the birthdays?
Let's go ahead and do the birthdays. So.
All right. I got a few birthdays for y'all. So on May 1st, we have my man YNW Melly, one of the younger rappers out there. Happy birthday to him. Happy birthday. On May 3rd, now is that today? That's today, right?
Yeah, that's today.
We got my man Sirius Jones.
All right.
We got my man Hell Rel.
All right.
And we got my man Designer. Happy birthday to all of them. Coming up tomorrow on the 4th, you know, he's not a rapper, but I'm going to give him a shout out. My man Shamik Moore, the one who played Raekwon in Wu-Tang Saga. Yeah, tomorrow is his birthday. He did a great job.
Excellent job.
Playing my man. Yeah. So definitely proud of him. Coming up on the 5th, we got your R&B hip-hop sensation, Chris Brown. Happy birthday to him. You know, I like to give him a little hip-hop shout-out because he does rap sometimes.
He do rap better. I have to give it to him. He do rap better than niggas that actually supposed to be rap.
Right. Exactly. So, yeah, shout out to Chris Brown. Also on the 5th, we got my man, High Tech, DJ and producer extraordinaire. And also on the 5th, we got the rapper Recognize. You know what I mean? I know him from a lot of joints from back in the day. I don't know if he's really still making music, but he was on a lot of mixtapes and he did a lot of collabs with people like Jean Grey. So, you know, he's pretty dope. All right. Coming up on the 6th, Meek Mill. Happy birthday to him. Also MC Search on the same day. Happy birthday to him.
Just talking about
right.
Literally just talking about Search.
Yep. And on the 7th, we got my man from Queens, Big Noise.
Rapping Noise.
Yeah. That was the Mobb Deep, you know what I mean? So, yeah. So happy birthday to all of them. Let's go ahead and give them some cheers. Yeah. And we'll give them a little applause. Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, anytime you on this side of him,
yep.
That's clapping your hands within itself.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, all right, so we can go ahead and jump into our question of the day. You came up with a good question of the day. What was it?
Okay. Is money worth more than integrity?
All right. Money versus integrity. Man, that's a good one. You know what I mean? Obviously, you know, the right thing to say would be integrity is more important. You know, and some people are going to say that just because they know it's the right thing to say, but you got to really think about that. You know, your integrity, man, that's like your backbone. You know what I mean? So money is great, but it ain't going to ever solve your problems altogether. It'll help you out, but it ain't going to really make your life that much better. Trust me. People that's like millionaires got problems just like we do. But your integrity, when people know your integrity, trust me, that's it right there. So I'm going to go with integrity. What about you?
Well, the reason why I bring up the question, and we'll discuss it a little bit because I probably don't have to pull it up, but I forgot the actor's name. I want to shout out to Kwame Brown and Bus Life. They were discussing this morning.
Okay.
On their live, they were discussing about actor. He was an African American actor.
Okay.
Got tens of millions of dollars. I forgot the guy's name because I was trying to listen, but
yeah,
he got groped by two white male actors, and one of them was George Clooney.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So
the Clooney.
Yeah, man. That motherfucking Batman, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck, Batman? They're groping.
Right. Exactly. What's the deal? You remember when one dude did that to Will Smith? He didn't grope him, but he came up and kissed him and pushed him away.
See, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So Kwame, he was actually arguing with this one guy. Not that he was arguing, he was just trying to make a point. This one guy's like, no, man, you know, if they got money, yeah, but someone groping you,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
That's serious, man.
Like, don't get me wrong. I like women. I like curves and all that stuff, but I don't. I try. You know what I'm saying? I definitely try. I try to keep my hands to myself to protect me. You know what I'm saying? I might look here and there. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm, you know, perfect on that. I might look here and there, but that's about it. You know what I'm saying? But I glance, you know, I try not to make women look uncomfortable, like, you know, like right, this shit here is like, dude.
Yeah, I'm looking right at you.
And like with me, I don't like being touched. I don't care how, even if it's a woman, how fine you are and shit like that.
Yeah.
Now I don't like being touched unless it's, my girl or something like that. I don't like being touched, because because that's one of the things that, Kwame, he had some other people in the chat. And he's like, and one of the guys said, and I never thought about it like this, is that any part of your body is a private part. Right. If you don't want to be touched. And like one time when I was working at a place that, the place that I work at now, I left and I worked at this other place. Now I'm back at the place I used to work at. So, but while I was at that place, at that work, this woman, I'm not giving names or anything, she would go grab my arm. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she was like, I think she was like white. She was like a supervisor, but she grabbed my arm like right here. But most of the time, I noticed that about women, particularly white women, when they grab you like right there, they trying to, like, I don't know what that is. I think they even trying to, like, damn, you either strong, like, damn, this is strong. You know what I'm saying? Right. I don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. When they grab you like that, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was a thing of flirtation or that's like some type of slave master shit. But I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you being touched, especially someone touching you like that, that's a violation of your body. And even with me, like, if let's say I'm out playing sports, I don't want to make this too long. If I'm playing sport, I'm not going to tap no other man on the butt. Like right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that. Some guys will do that, but I've never been. I'll slap hands with you. Sometimes, like, if you do something really cool, like I might hit you in the gut, like I might tap your gut, but that's it. I'm not groping any, you know what I'm saying? And even if that's a problem, he's like, hey man, how we don't, I'm cool with that. I was like, we'll slap hands, but sometimes I'll do that. But other than that, no, that I don't believe in violating people. Yeah. But at the same, but that goes back to this. So they were saying, like, cause this guy got money, he should just take the growth. He should just let it go. Nah, it's like, nah. Yeah, man. Smack that shit. Right.
If you are a real honorable person, you're gonna, have an issue with that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like you said, it don't even matter, what part of the body. It's your body. It's your private, body. Yeah. So, any real, respectable man is going to have a problem with that. Now, it's a lot of simps out here who, a lady might come up and let's say, pinch you or to rub you or something like that without your approval, and they'll say, oh, yeah, I like it. She touched me, I don't like that. You know what I mean? If you with me, yeah. But if you're not with me, what you need to be doing is maybe trying to shake my hand or some shit like that.
Yeah. I'm cool.
Don't come to me pinching my butt or none of that shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't like that either. But y'all let us know in the comments, what y'all think. You know what I mean? Money versus integrity, because I don't care who you are. You know what I mean? I could be a billionaire. You touch me, I got something to say.
You know what I'm saying, man? Yeah, just because, and that's the thing. And I think what it is like, oh, well, he an actor, and, if he wild out, these studios are going to cut ties with him because, this is a black man going up against, some white people touching him. But it's like, nah, you shouldn't have to put up with that. And, people that's another, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to shut up about it, but they gave Terry Crews, flack about like him.
Yeah, when he said the guy groped him.
He groped him.
That's right, I forgot about that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's 200 something pounds. Should he hit that guy? Yeah, I feel he should haul off and hit him. You know what I'm saying? But now I will say this: in certain situations, I'm not saying the growth. I think what he did coming out about it was good. Yeah, I'm gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? As a man, I think him coming. Now normally, someone will say, well, "Nah, man, you need to just slap the shit out of dude." Yeah, but yeah. But now let's be real. This man. He if he does that, he might jeopardize his line. Yeah. So I do understand that. I understand that. But what I'm saying, but at the same time, like, I see what Kwame was saying too, like, nah, you a man, stand on your square and things like that. But I do I see both sides. As far as like, as far as like integrity, but you don't want to mess up your money. I do get that point, but is money worth them messing with your integrity? No, it's not.
Yeah, I agree, man. It's not worth it. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, y'all let us know in the comments what y'all think about that, and we'll go ahead and move on. So I didn't have any new music today, so we'll skip that.
Oh, no, we do. Capone and Daz is coming out with a motherfucking album.
That's right, my bad.
Capone and Noriega and Daz Dillinger, which we will talk about later, is coming out with an album.
Yeah.
That is his story.
Yeah. I forgot about that. I sent it to you, man.
Yeah, that's his story.
From CNN and Dash from the Dog Pound.
Man.
And I was like, okay, that's what's up, man.
Yeah. For y'all that don't, the younger audience don't understand how big that is, because with the whole West and East thing, Capone and Noriega had when they did the Dog Pound, they did New York, and they was like, dissing, they were dissing, New York rappers and things like that.
Yeah.
And Snoop was kicking the building down and shit. So, and like Noriega, Capone, Noriega, Mobb Deep, shout out to
Tragedy.
Yeah, they was one on the line, like, fighting back. They was fighting back, man. Like, I gotta respect them on that. But for them to, put that down, like, here it is, the years probably like 30 years later. Yeah. And they coming together, man, I gotta give that another clap.
Oh yeah.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know how big this is.
Yeah, it's huge.
This is huge.
And I was surprised when I saw it because apparently it had been something that had been talked about and we just might have overlooked it. And I was like, okay, well shit. I'm gonna have to go find this album. I don't know if it's out or it's about to come out, but I want to say it might be out already.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get some appearance with Corrupt and Nori.
That would be phenomenal. That would be dope.
That would be great.
So, to just show that unification, is dope right there. So, but yeah, so I think that was pretty much it. Did you have anything else for new music?
Nah, I think that's it.
But yeah, y'all go check that out. Capone from CNN and Daz from the Dog Pound. So, all right, so we're going to go ahead and jump into some topics. First thing I just wanted to kind of mention, if y'all haven't heard, there's an official writer's strike in Hollywood, from the East Coast to the West Coast. Any person that writes for TV shows or movies or any of that, sitcoms, they're on strike officially as of yesterday. And so, companies like Saturday Night Live, who go live every Saturday, their writers aren't working, so they're going to have to just show reruns. Companies like Marvel, who make big movies, and DC, all of them, their writers are on strike. So they're going to probably still get their movies, but it's just going to be pushed back. Like, we're going to have to wait until this strike gets resolved. Apparently, the writers have been trying to get more money because they said that, out of the money that these movies make, they get like chump change, from that. And so according to what I've heard, the companies that pay them have offered them more money, but it wasn't enough. So they said, nah, that ain't gonna cut it. We're going on strike. So that's interesting, man. I'm gonna see how that turns out. You know what I mean? I really, I want to know how much they make, and if it really does seem unfair or not.
Yeah, we have to look that up.
Yeah, we're gonna have to look that up. You know what I mean?
But I will say this. Now, if we got AI coming up, we just discussed, before we even got on here, even last week, how AI is doing all these things, the songs, pretty much AI, like when it comes to coding and stuff, a couple of years ago, people learning code.
Right.
Now AI is learning how to write code. I believe I shared something with you on Instagram, talking about how like the AI is getting so, learning and learning.
Mm-hmm.
So
they can read and write code.
Yeah. So now it's just like, to me, it's like, well, all Hollywood has to do, and I hope they don't take this idea, but all they would have to do is like, well, realistically, we don't need y'all anymore. We can just get
AI.
We just get a couple of tech guys that do AI and write scripts, and they'll be just as good. You know what I'm saying? As far as like, putting this now, they still gotta have actors and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's going away anytime soon unless they do.
They're gonna find a way to replace them too.
Well, technically, technically, they kind of already did. Right. I won't go into that because God knows. But
they ain't gonna need no more stuntmen or nothing.
Yeah,
CGI gonna take over.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. So really, like, the way it's heading, and like Elon Musk, not to say that he's like the all the way good guy, but he even said like, look, this is Pandora's box. Y'all pretty much opening up.
Yeah.
This is not going to end well.
I'm telling you, man, we in the last days. Y'all better wake up. Recognize it's getting there. I'm telling you.
Really.
So, I'm not messing with it. But, I hope that, the whole writer's strike gets resolved because, we do need people like that who can really write good scripts and, make sure that these shows have a smooth, dialogue. You know what I mean?
Speaking of script writing, did I share you this thing? It was a guy talking about, I don't know if it was a white guy or he may not have all of it way been white, but he was talking about, well, there's these, all this narrative of slave movies and stuff. So how come we don't have any scripts talking about, I forgot the guy. He fought it was a black man that fought in the Civil War. He went undercover as a Confederate.
Oh wow!
Took their shit.
Wow.
Took over their prison. Took their shit. It was like all types of shit they did.
Damn.
And like what I'm saying, and got he did all this stuff, and he went undercover and did all this stuff like. Stuff that was really unheard of, like him being a black man. He's like, dude, how come we ain't got no shit like this in Hollywood? What's the script for this?
Yeah,
it's like this is perfect. You know what I'm saying? So So it's like, it's just funny. Like we have these narratives, and going back to these writers, it's like they write them, not necessarily that they write themselves in the corner or they run out of ideas. It's just that like everything has been kind of done already.
Right.
And it's like, how come we ain't, tapping into other things?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I agree. Definitely agree with that, man. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that, man. But yeah, so we can let's move on, I guess. Let me mention this. I really feel bad. Jamie Foxx got a real, serious health situation going on. Like a week or two ago, they had announced that he had been rushed to the hospital. But I kind of dropped it because somebody came out, I can't remember who it was, saying that everything was doing good. He was getting better. I think he maybe had said a few words and maybe sent some words to his fans like, yeah, I'm doing good, blah, blah, blah. Don't worry about it. But now they're talking about, nah, it's still a serious situation. I think he's still in the hospital.
Dang, man.
So, so I think my man Charlie Mack, who's connected to a lot of artists in the music industry, he was the one who kind of put it out there. I think Tiffany Haddish talked about it a few days ago, saying that, she was asking for prayers, and Charlie Mack also was asking for prayers. So whenever people do that, man, that means it's serious. He didn't tell us like what specifically is going on, but he was like, trust me, Jamie still needs your prayers. So I just want to extend that and just say, everybody, send your thoughts and prayers to Jamie Foxx, man, because he's too young to be dealing with real serious health issues, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
And we need him in the industry.
No doubt. Yeah.
So yeah. Did you have anything you want to say about that?
Nah, man. Just hope, man. Yeah, I really hope he gets get that help and the treatment. Does anybody really know what's?
Not really. I want to say they said it might be something with his heart, but I can't remember for sure. But
that sounds like a lot of, not to cut you off, what happened with Bernie Mac.
Yeah.
Bernie Mac, he had something that was realistic.
He had sarcoidosis.
Something like that. Sarcoidosis. Yeah, it was something that was like really treatable.
Yeah.
And he just went on out.
Yep. Out of nowhere. I think I have also heard that Jamie might have had a stroke too. So that's even worse, because that can have real long-term effects, man.
Yeah.
Where you may not be able to talk right or move right and all that. Man. So our thoughts out to Jamie Foxx, man. All right, let's see.
Oh, real quick, let me give a shout out to King Randall. We talked about this young man that doing the school stuff and building.
He got funds allocated.
Yeah. So real quick, they I think he was asked a question about reparations, and I think they were trying to get him to talk kind of like with the Roland Martin situation.
Okay.
Which we did a loss and thought on that, and that was like one of the biggest views that we've ever got on the channel. Yeah. So I want to shout out the people and thank y'all for that. So, but what I want to say is he had that, he had the, they asked him the question. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought, but he asked the question about the reparations, and he said, and it was a good answer. He said, I'm for it, but the thing of it is, I'm focusing on these people, these kids, so they can get skills.
Right.
Yeah, it'd be good to have it, but we can't just sit here and wait on it. We got to do stuff now. Right. And I think that's our problem with, we just want to just wait on it, but we still gotta keep moving. And that was a great response. And then, and just because, and that's the thing I think that, people like Roland Martin fail to realize. It's just like, okay, everybody can't just, like, we might be, let's say I do one thing, like I use a hammer to put in nails in wood. you cut pieces of wood.
Right.
All right. But the thing of it is, yeah, we're doing different things, but we're trying to build, let's say we're trying to build a crate, or we're trying to build, a table. We have different processes to go about building the table.
Okay.
Everybody can't be like, oh, well, you got to be politically smart. You got to do this. You got to tell people to vote. Like, no, like, okay, that's cool, but that's your lane. Right. And it's fine for you to have your lane. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. That's your lane. But my lane, what Randall was saying, Mr. King Randall, I'm sorry, what he was saying was, listen, this is my lane. I'm focused on training these kids to have skills, so they don't have to ask for anybody a job, or if they they have a job, their skill will be in demand. That's what this man is doing, and I applaud him for that. So
yeah, man, give some applause, man. So I definitely support that, man. I mean, I think that's a very well spoken answer, because that's more important. Getting to teach the youth. I teach the truth to the young black. I say, hey, youth, here's the truth. Better start wearing bulletproof. That's that old DB. Yeah. But yeah, you was on one too, the other joint.
Kick the truth to the young black youth.
But yeah, so shout out to Wu-Tang. But yeah, I agree with what he said. Reparations is great, but we can't sit around and just wait for that. Mm-hmm. And speaking of reparations, let me just say this. I thought it was funny, that guy we talked about, that black Congress, what is he, a senator or a congressman or something? The one we were talking about.
Robinson. Yeah.
He said, he came out recently and said that black people should leave reparations alone because we're not owed anything. And in fact, we owe reparations. That we should be paying reparations to the people who lived before us.
No, I don't totally agree with that, because the thing of it is this, and what I'm saying, I will say this, I respect his opinion. I do not agree with it, because every group had reparations except us.
Yeah.
Every group.
Yeah.
After slavery, the people that were that were the slave masters on those plantations, they got reparations. They were the first people. I didn't know that until like a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't
find out until recently as well. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So everybody got reparations except us.
Yeah. There was a payment made to the Jewish people at some point.
Yeah.
My bad.
The J's. Yeah, what I'm saying? We can't. You know what I'm saying? They'll come up there. Yeah, come up there and
say that word. Push the button.
Be like Dave Chappelle. There's two words in the English language that you cannot say. And you. Shit don't go well at
right. We are I humbly please do not cancel us. Yeah, we are low budget, no budget.
Very low
podcast.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So, but anyway, but yeah, I just thought that was funny that he said that. I don't agree with him either. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I don't know, man. He's a little on the radical side for me with that.
Yeah.
But anyway, we can skip on to the next. Let me see. I want to give a shout out and rest in peace to Heavy D. They have made a monument in his hometown of Mount Vernon. It's not a sculpture of him from what I saw. It was like a big archway looking thing, and it was a monument to him though. So I'm assuming they're gonna have some type of inscription on it about him and things like that. So, but I think that's cool that Mount Vernon honored him like that. You know what I mean? Because Heavy D meant a lot to the culture.
Yeah, let's clap it up.
Yeah, man.
Heavy D was very important. I mean, just like we had that conversation about certain people in hip hop were important in their own right. We were talking about MC Serch. We were talking about MC Hammer. How they had different views. and different ways to go about hip hop, but both of those views actually helped it to grow.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? And Heavy D is an interesting case because he was pretty much on all sides of hip hop. He was on the pop tip. He was on the underground tip.
Yeah.
He was like my man commercial tip.
Yeah.
Like he was on, like it was just so many aspects that Heavy D touched. You know, as far as like hip hop was, like if you go back and listen to him, like I definitely think he's one of the most versatile like artists, like in hip hop, very versatile. So I mean, yeah, I have to give, man, Head was like that dude.
Yeah, man, really. He was one of my favorites coming up, man. I was real shocked when he passed away.
Yeah, man.
I want to say it was 2015, maybe.
No. He died. No. You're right.
I might have to Google it. But
I'm just thinking, because I was thinking, the other dude died at 20. What was it, Troy T. Roy?
Oh,
remember
T. Roy.
Yeah, remember that was the first.
Yeah, he was the first one to pass. He passed like, when was that? That was late. That was in the 90s.
Yeah, he was.
I was still in New York at the time.
Yeah, he was 22, and Heavy D was 44.
Yeah.
Away, so that was
crazy. Man, that was real crazy. I remember when they told me about Heavy D, I was like, you gotta be kidding. In Trouble T-Roy too, because it's funny because I just met him 2 weeks before he passed. You know, in New York we got those White Castle restaurants. You know, and I was at a White Castle up near Baychester, and he came in there with a few of his people, and he was a cool dude, man. It was just cool to see that he was just out and about, not walking around with a huge entourage, just him and a couple of guy friends. And, and next thing I know, a couple of weeks later, it was either a week to 2 weeks later, they was like, yep, he died. I was like, son of a. And then Heavy D, I think he, I want to say he had like maybe a heart attack or something. I know they said he kind of passed out. He was walking down a walkway or something and he passed out. But, rest in peace to both of them, man. Because, man. They meant a lot. So, all right. So, we can talk about, I want to get the quick stuff out of the way. BET has a new contest going on. I thought it was kind of cool, of them, called the Greatest Rap Crew of All Time. And so they're doing kind of a bracket system, a bracket of East Coast, a bracket of West Coast. And as they narrow each bracket down, they're going to narrow it down to the two. And so, some of the matchups that they put together, I don't think are, great, but, still I commend them for doing it just to support hip hop. And, but one of the ones they just did this week was Death Row versus the Hieroglyphs, and I mean, the Hieroglyphs was dope, but I don't know, they're going to stand a chance against Death Row. Death Row is going to probably win just by popularity. They had too many powerhouses. Me and Howie was just talking about that before the show. What did you think? Yeah, like I said, I mean, don't get it twisted now. The hieroglyphics, they reach is longer than what people think it is. Matter of fact, I've seen a lot of people, they were around here in North Carolina where they logo the little 3-dot joint. Yeah. So like they reach is there. But like realistically, whatever they do, because like the thing of it is this Hyro is big in California. I mean, like really big, but Death Row's bigger. Yeah, I mean they're definitely worldwide. Right. You know what I'm saying? And the thing of it is with this too, like outside of let's even say this. Because even the MCs with Hyro, they're nice. But, I mean, let's be real. They ain't fucking with Crooked Eye. Right. They ain't fucking with Crooked Eye. They ain't fucking with Corrupt. They ain't fucking with Lady Ray. Yeah. And these ain't even like the top stars of Death Row. Right. And you got Snoop. Right. You got Pop.
you got Dre. I mean, we'll talk about because there's more stuff we got to talk about them for a minute.
Yeah.
But the thing of it is, it's just like it's like Death Row, in a nutshell, really kind of covered all the bases. They have like the underground. They have a little bit of underground or lesser known MCs that is still kind of vicious and vital.
Yeah.
But then on top of that, but then on the other side, all of a sudden you still got these powerhouses. They're about like damn near like the Bulls of like fucking 96. Right. I mean that's really what you got. It's like Hollywood was good, you know what I'm saying? But they looking like the Knicks, you know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, like they happen to go against like fucking Jordan. And like they're good, but Jordan just like
Yeah, it's probably not gonna happen. What was the other one they did? They did Juice Crew versus
yeah, I think you sent me that one.
Yeah, that was like the first one I saw. It was Juice Crew versus somebody. It was a kind of a weird matchup too, but it wasn't too bad. Dang, who was it?
I remember you sitting there and I can't think of it.
Was it Wu-Tang?
No, I don't think it was Wu-Tang. I think it was a little bit more of a modern group.
Right. But either way, it's. I think it's cool that BET's doing it. You can go online and vote for who you want, in each bracket.
But let's talk about the Juice Crew, man, because really, realistically, though, that's, we was talking about even like, I think, me and my girl, we was talking about a while back, we were talking about like the families of hip hop, like who was like the biggest family, like, of hip hop. I said, well, shit, it's fucking Juice Crew, hands down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hands down, it's Juice Crew. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had fucking like Kane, Cool G, fucking Marley. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, man, Marley,
Chance, like, shoot, man, it was just
Shantae,
like, hands down, like, they had a fucking powerhouse. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what group they went up against, but even then, it's just like even they like, I would say not the, and I'm not trying.
Was it the Native Tongues?
I think it might have been
Native Tongues.
Nah, I'm sorry, man. Juice. I love the Native Tongues, but Juice Crew from off the floor.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Right.
I mean, they lie nice. I mean, they lie definitely got they lie got some of the nicest shit. And they definitely, influenced the culture, but man, I don't know, man. I mean, cause shit, they kind of like Death Row in a sense, in a sense, cause they have, and not them saying that they low tier MCs,
right?
But Craig G, Master Ace, I would give maybe Shan a little bit, you know what I'm saying? He's a little higher. I think he's a little higher tier because of all the things what he did. Yeah. But then outside of that, you got fucking Cool G Rap, right? Fucking like, Kane, Granddaddy IU, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? You got, you know what I'm saying? You got, you know what I'm saying?
Even plus, Jizza actually came out on Juice Crew before he got into forming the Wu-Tang. They just they didn't let him do the music that he wanted. They was trying to get him to do pop crossover type shit. Yeah. And so he actually released the album with them. But anyway,
you cool. I mean, Roxanne Shantae, shit, she body niggas. Right. For real. So you got, you know what I'm saying? It's basically like the Native Tongues. Don't get me wrong, like I said, realistically, you can give it a Q-Tip and Phife Dawg. You can give it to, you know what I'm saying? But realistically, though, like, people don't look at them in like an individual MC. They look at them like groups. Like out of Juice Crew, like, you can't tell me like Kane ain't that nigga. You can't tell me.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like when they did the verses with Kane and KRS. Ain't too many people can go up against Kane or KRS. So you had to put them two together.
Yeah, so like I you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I think, you know what though? I think realistically, if the brackets, I think it's going to end up between Death Row and Juice Crew.
Yeah, I can see.
I can honestly see that.
I can see that.
I can honestly see that. That would be the man. That'd be the matchup right
But
there.
you know what? You know, if you know, tell me what you think about this. How about Native Tongues versus the Soul Equestrians? Because they on a similar tip. You know what I mean? They're all into the Afrocentric, pro-black, you know, movement and all of that. And so even though they're different generations, they're not that far off. You know what I mean? So their styles would be kind of dope to put against each other.
That would be kind of tough, man.
Yeah, that would be a tough one.
Because that almost, well, it kind of blend into each other. Because then especially looking at the Roots,
right.
Roots have worked so much with, especially with like In Common, they work with so much with Daylight.
Yeah, man.
So
that would be
kind of.
But I would like to see that, you know, in the bracket. That would have been better for me, bracket.
Yeah. But yeah, Juice Crew mopping the floor, nigga.
Yeah.
Someone might disagree, but I just
yeah. But Juice Crew, I'd rather see them against, I don't know, Wu-Tang or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, you need somebody who's a powerhouse to stand up against the Juice Crew.
Yeah.
So it's hard. You know, ain't too many powerhouses out there unless you do like the Hit Squad, put EPMD and people like Redman and DOS Effects and all of them back as the original Hit Squad and put them against like a Juice Crew. Yeah. But they would stand a chance on that. But
I don't know, man. Because like I said, if it's, you know, at the end of those brackets, I think, you know, either Juice Crew or Wu-Tang versus Death Row would probably be like, you know, where is that? Yeah. Like really, I could see that. I mean, you know,
I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of greatest crews of all time, in an unrelated post, I think it was maybe Boom Bap Nation or one of the hip hop pages I follow said that one of the Migos said that they were the greatest group of all time. And so he was like, do y'all agree? And I did comment on it. I was like, I'm sure they were great for this generation, but to be the greatest of all time, you got to go through Run DMC, you got to go through EPMD, you know what I mean? You got to go through Wu-Tang, you got to go through Juice Crew. I'm sorry, I can't give you greatest of all time. I'll give you greatest of this generation because there ain't too many groups these days. A lot of people
they still got to go through BDP.
Right.
Can you name? I'm sorry, Migos, and you know, shout out to Quavo because he watched the show for a little bit. He probably don't watch it no more.
Right.
But I'm sorry. Y'all ain't did no shit like BDP. Y'all ain't shut down a whole fucking borough.
Right, exactly.
And what a fucking borough wasn't doing shit until like 94 until like Nas came out. I'm sorry, I ain't did no shit like that.
Yeah, man. I can't see it. I mean,
I can't see it. I
got a lot of respect for y'all and I appreciate what y'all did for the generation, but all time, I can't do it.
They definitely, as far as like the cadence and things go, like someone brought up, you know, they're definitely like this generation's Bad Effects with the triplet type of rhyme and things like that. But I don't think they would be the greatest. Now, as far as their influence and things, I mean, I'd give it to them, but I don't think, not of all time.
Right. But yeah, y'all can definitely go and vote. I think it's on the BET website. You can vote on there.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to
let us know in the comments too.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to. I'm going to go through and check that out because that's really interesting. And at least, I mean, even if you don't agree, at least it's something like a little bit better, and it's a little bit more controlled,
right?
And it makes more sense, and people can actually have a decent conversation about it, as opposed to like, well, this is the list we put together, and it's just some bullshit.
Yeah, and I mean, if BET, and I don't know if this is part of the people who just you said like bought them out, like maybe
Brian Allen and Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry. I don't know if this is a result of that, but I think if they're smart, they'll do something like this every year on a different tip. Like you could say something like next year could be who was the greatest of the 80s or something like that. Or who was the greatest of the 90s or something. Yeah, where people can vote because people like shit like that. So get your customers involved, make them interact on your website. So if they're smart, they'll keep doing shit like that. Let's go into the whole Suge Knight thing real quick. If you go with that.
Yeah.
So a couple things I wanted to mention. This one I forgot. I meant to mention this last week, but Suge Knight made some comments because somebody interviewed him and asked him, what do you think about Snoop Dogg owning Death Row now? And he was like, well, actually, I don't know if he really owns it. He kind of questioned it. Suge was like, I don't know if he really owns it because he said it was taken from me in an unfair way. So technically, I never gave it up. It was taken from me or something like that. And so he was like, if you look at it like that, he may not even own it. So to me, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure whatever Snoop did was legitimate to buy that record label. Now, if Suge got it taken away from him, it was probably because he didn't have some money to pay for it or something like that. So you can't be mad at that. If they took it in a legal way like that, where you weren't paying taxes or some shit like that, you lost it. You know what I mean? You can't be mad at that. Actually, if I look at it, I would say you should be happy because at least it ain't fucking Hasbro who had it for a while.
Oh,
the toy maker. You know what I mean? Man. It went through several hands. And it's like,
if you don't want your G.I. Joes all up in the video, dancing. Come to Hasbro.
So, for me, I'm good with that. I'm good with Snoop owning it because at least you can look back and say, at least somebody that I came up with, owns it, even if me and him got differences.
Yeah.
But at least it's somebody who I can respect that owns it now.
And at least the label would be in, I wouldn't, maybe not necessarily good hands.
Right.
But it would at least be in the hands of someone that you kind of, like, well, I know he's going to make a good product.
Right.
I know that they're going to put together a good product when they come out. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't see Snoop making horrible
decisions.
Yeah, when it comes to
right.
I don't see that.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm really anxious to see some new music come out of the Death Row record label. So I hope that Snoop is kind of working on some stuff behind the scenes, you know what I mean? So don't just buy it and just have it sitting there, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I definitely I was happy to hear Snoop had it, you know what I mean? So I don't think Suge should be hating on that, you know what I mean? So anyway,
real quick, let me go back a little bit since we were talking about the groups. We were talking about, since we're going to talk about Death Row and Haru and everything. So Haru allegedly had beef with KRS-One.
Oh yeah, BDP.
Yeah.
So DJ Kenny Parker, KRS's younger brother, he has his own YouTube channel and he likes to tell stories about things that he went through in hip hop, him and the BDP crew and all that. So he said that a beef came up where he found out that the hieroglyphs had issues with KRS. I think it was just specifically KRS, but he was saying that he never knew nothing about it. He was like, yo, I never even knew that there was an issue. You know what I mean? So I think, who was it? Did you send it to me or did I send it to you?
I think I sent it to you.
You sent it to me. But yeah, you go ahead and tell me how you felt.
So basically, he was saying that they had KRS-One, I think it was on the album Return of the Boom Bap. Because I don't think it was on the self-titled album.
Okay.
When he was talking about the Frisco Disco, just thing like that, he was saying that was like a shot at Haru.
Right.
Because they were from the San Francisco area.
Right.
And the fact that they were on the same label, they felt that they were the best. But KRS-One was like, saying nah. And then what happened was, I think it was a show that, I think that's what Kenny Parker was saying. He said there was a show that happened and they said, well, BDP, y'all will come on at 10 o'clock or whatnot.
Right.
They would get there and they're like, well, nah, all these other artists came in and now they're going to push them to 12 o'clock.
To 12.
Yeah. And then they was like, nah, in our contract, whenever we hear, we don't care who next. We go on.
Right. We just grab the mic and start going on. Yeah.
I think what it was, like, they was upset about that. I think it might have interfered with them, and I think that's how the so-called beef started. Even DJ Kenny Parker even said that the Frisco Disco thing, it was a song. It was a song that was like a breakbeat from back in the day that he was referencing. But Kenny was like, nah, I'm going to.
Yeah, he said
the way I'm thinking of it, I think it was a diss to Howard. Right. But they all got cool. They like, yeah, we shot down Kenny, DJ Kenny Parker. He always came to a show, and they were bigger fans. They were fans of KRS. So, but I think they're cool now. But it was just, I'm like, yo. Well, I mean, it happens like this all the time. There'll be so many beefs,
right?
And it's like, man, yo, it was like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, man. That was crazy. When I heard that, I was like, wow, I never even noticed that. Just like the whole Cypress Hill and Chubb Rock. I never knew about that.
Oh, yeah, that shit was crazy. Yeah.
Right. The whole time I was hearing Be Real to the one on the flamboyant tip.
And just soft and ham the same thing.
Right.
Yeah,
I never knew he was referring to somebody specific. I thought it was just a lyric. You know what I mean?
But that's how but that's how they did it back then. You know what I'm saying? They didn't, Pop kind of changed that shit.
Right.
With the Biggie stuff. I mean.
Well, shit. Honestly, if you really want to know who really got into just directly naming names, you're talking about Roxanne Shante.
Well, facts.
She really started that shit. She was bold as fuck. She didn't care who you were.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean? But anyway, Pac kind of
brought that back and kind of changed that whole energy as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, Roxanne did with the feet. So. But yeah, it kind of. But back in the day, it was just subliminal. You kind of had to figure out, who are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Or who they talking about? You know what I'm saying? So, but but I'm glad they cool now. So.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad they cool. You know what I mean?
But anyway, let's go back since we were talking about the Capone and Daz. You were saying that you had more to talk about. Yeah, so I do apologize.
No, you're good. But you're right though. So so another thing I was going to mention about Suge. He is trying to release his own like documentary or docuseries, something to that effect, about Death Row, I believe. And supposedly he was gonna put the truth out there that Dr. Dre didn't do a lot of his beats, that people like Daz Dillinger were doing a lot of beats. Like supposedly Daz did like the whole Doggy Style album, which was Snoop's album. And I think that was Snoop's first album, right?
Yeah, Snoop.
So he was saying that on the Chronic,
first solo album.
Right, first solo album. On the Chronic, supposedly Daz was like more so soaking up a lot of his teachings. He was learning from Dre and giving a few, tips here and there. But by the time they got to Doggy Style, supposedly Daz was making like all the music. And so the story goes, supposedly Dre came to Daz and was like, yo, let me be credited as the producer and I'll make sure you still get paid, a bunch of money, but just let me get the credit. So, supposedly Dre would, make a few adjustments to Daz's music, but it was like minor adjustments. Now,
Dre became a Diddy. Like,
right.
Anyway, go ahead.
Get the cowbell right there.
Bring that in. I'm a producer. See somebody grab it.
But so yeah, I thought that was kind of weird. But basically, the controversy about it is, at one time, Daz did admit that was true. But now, when Suge came out and made his comments, now Daz put out a video saying Suge is lying, and that Dre made all the beats, he did all the producing. He was like, yeah, I don't know nothing about that. Dre's the best producer in the world. So a lot of people are wondering, like, why are you changing your story? Did Dre pay you? You know what I mean? What is it? Because there is actually video footage of Daz saying, yeah, I did Doggy Style and I did this track and I did a bunch of these tracks and, I produced this. But now he's like, nah, Dre did everything. You know what I mean? So what do you think about that?
I don't know, man. Maybe he's trying to get back in the grace. I mean, not back in the grace, but he want to try to keep that rapport with Dr. Dre. I mean,
right.
That's the thing. And going back, dang, it's like crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's like I'm trying to. It's like Pac keep coming up. He's like, you gonna feel it. Anyway, so Pac even said that Dre didn't produce in years.
Right.
When he was on the last little bit of his life when he went to Death Row.
And that's always been a rumor that I had heard over the years too, that Dre did produce, but the majority was done by other people. You know what I mean? Like he was kind of doing
like Scott Storch.
Yeah, Scott Storch. And that's kind of how Diddy was doing. You know what I mean? Diddy was acting like he was just making music, but it was really people like Easy Mo B that was making a lot of his beats. You know what I mean? And so, you just didn't catch it. If you just had to be paying attention. But I think if that's the case, it makes me wonder, is that really why we never got Detox? Once Death Row started disbanding, he didn't have people like Daz to help him with the beats. Scott Storch. You know what I mean? Is that why we've just been waiting so long for a fucking Detox, which I don't think we're ever going to get at this point. But it would have been nice. It was a good title, and it is what it is. He still dropped the album. He dropped that Compton album a few years back. What was that? Yeah. 2017 and 2018.
Yeah, when the movie came out.
Yeah. So that was kind of dope. But, I wonder what's going to happen. So, and I really want to know why Daz is changing his story up. You know what I mean? Is he basically saying, no, I lied before when I said I made the beats? Or like you said, is he trying to save face so he can stay in the good graces? You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Let us know in the comments, because that's an interesting story right there.
Yeah, I mean, and then too, Daz might be thinking of it, like this. Well, I mean, the man's already got a legacy now.
Right,
you know what I'm saying now?
Let me not tarnish that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking on those lines. I mean, it's like, look, this man, like I would be doing some other shit if he didn't let me in.
Right.
So maybe he's looking at it like that. I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't know if I'm right about that, but that's what I'm thinking.
Well, we're gonna keep up with that so we can kind of let y'all know how that rolls out, because I'm interested to see that. Because like I said, the reason I found out about it is because actually Choke No Joke did a video about it.
Yeah, shout out Choke.
Shout out to Choke No Joke. Lately, he's been trying to expose people, man. I was like, yo, Choke is trying to expose some folks now. And he was like, yo, I'm cool with Daz, but Daz, he was like, you wrong for that. You know what I mean? First you said you made beats, now you act like you ain't making no beats.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, that was how I kind of heard about the whole story through Choke No Joke. But yeah, again, y'all let us know how y'all feel in the comments. Got a couple more things we want to talk about. Drink Champs. Let's talk about Drink Champs.
Oh yeah.
My man Jadakiss went on Drink Champs recently and past week, and he was promoting his new business, Kiss Cafe, which is a coffee company that him, his father, and his son are all in a joint venture with. So it's 3 generations: grandfather, Kiss, and Kiss's son. You know what I mean? Well, not grandfather, but Kiss's father, the son's grandfather.
Yeah.
So, and they all look alike, man. Them artists look just alike.
That's awesome.
I say, yo, that's crazy, man. But it's a great thing that he's in business with his family, man. And I really like that. The episode is great. If y'all haven't seen it, please go check it out. You know what I mean? I'm sure they got it on YouTube. I record it when it comes on TV, but on YouTube, they put the uncensored version, where not uncensored, but uncut, where because they had to fit the whole thing in an hour. Yeah. For Revolt, but usually the interviews are like 2 hours. You know what I mean, something like that. So
I did not see the one where there was. I think cool. I mean, Jadakiss was talking about. Yeah, so I was hanging with Nori, right? Did you see that? Y'all was hanging with Nori. Yeah. Nori came through, right. You know what I'm saying? He gave everybody a pound, you know what I'm saying? He was dapping everybody up. And then he dapped up this one nigga, and the nigga really wasn't with us like that. And then my man come up there, you know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, I said, yo, Nori, I don't think my man did his business like that. Yeah. So my man came up, I came up on stage, and my man, he said, yo, this nigga canceling that. How this nigga can, yo, I ain't never seen no shit like this.
Yeah. He said, Nori looked at the dude, was like, he was doing all kind of head gestures like, nah, I don't know you like that. I'm taking my dap back. You know what I mean? I dapped you up, but I'm taking my dap. He said, I never seen a nigga cancel a dap like that. But I can't blame him, you know what I mean? Sometimes as a celebrity, you want to have that happen. You know, when somebody try to sneak in and be part of the conversation, you like, nah, nigga, I don't know you. Don't be coming up trying to get the dap, you know what I mean?
I can listen to Jada talk about stories all fucking day long. I'm telling you, man, Jada just need to do tell story times with Jada or some shit. Yeah. That would make for good TV. Jada, I just threw your idea. Exactly.
If it happened, you heard it here.
I would pay for that shit.
Yeah, that would be really dope. There's certain people that can really tell some stories like that. You know what I mean? Jada would be good for that.
Man.
Yeah, I would love to hear that, man. So, but yeah, man, that was funny as hell, man. When I saw that video, I was dying. But yeah, so y'all go check that out, man. The Drink Champs, they really was there promoting the coffee and all of that, but it was just dope to see 3 generations there.
Yeah, no doubt.
At the same time, we heard from the son and the father and Jada and all of that, man. So, but yeah, I think was that it?
I think that was it.
I'm gonna make sure I got nothing else on my list.
But that's going back. It's really good to see that because you know what I'm saying, and especially the type of entertainer and rapper that Jada is.
Right.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because, what you would call like a hardcore, hard hip hop.
Yeah.
But for saying, to show people like, hey, you can create a lane for yourself.
Yeah.
No matter who you are.
Yeah.
You could do something that, that could promote, not only just yourself, but your community. So, I mean, it's good to see that.
That's what's up, man. So, yeah, man, shout out to Jada, man, because we need more stuff like that, more entrepreneurs coming out of the hip hop game.
Yeah.
When they had the Juice Shop, which I believe they still got, and now he got the Kiss Cafe, you know what I mean? I'm sure they got other joint ventures going on. So we need more of that instead of people just making a lot of money in hip hop and just blowing it. You know what I mean? So I think that's my door. Hold on, y'all. I'll let Howie keep y'all going.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, man, going back, like we were picking back off though, it was really good to see stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So man, that they got the package. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? We about to see what this is. Nah, I'm just messing with y'all. I'm just messing. But yeah, man, I think it's gonna be it. I think next week we should have a show going up. I might be going up in Jersey to see my cousin. She's graduated in college. She's got her degrees and stuff, but I think she went back to school to do some more stuff for work. So I want to applaud that real quick. You know what I'm saying? Wow, can you give us some cheers? So, yeah, I didn't buy a plane ticket like everybody else. So, I'm gonna have to drive, but hey, sorry, I can drive. Shit, we kick the road's ass, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, I think it's gonna be it. I'm gonna wait for Curtis to come back. But yeah, going back to Jada though, that's definitely dope. It's definitely dope. So Curtis back in the house.
Yeah, it wasn't even what I thought it was.
Dang!
I thought it was a package I've been waiting on, but it was actually some Verizon salespeople trying to, ask about Verizon versus, Spectrum and all of that. So
man, they get the
right.
Just right. A couple of these too.
Right.
A couple of them too.
Right. A couple of slaps. But yeah, man. So what were you talking about? You were just wrapping up?
Yeah, I was just wrapping up. I just said, it was, with the whole Jada thing, that was dope. But yeah, and I was also telling might not have a show next week because I'm going to go to my cousin in New Jersey. Okay. She's graduating and things like that. But I don't know. I mean, we still might have a show, but I don't know all the details. Yeah, I don't know all the details yet. So.
Yeah, we'll see. With the summertime coming through, man, it's going to be a lot of things going on. It's going to be times when he may go out of town or I may go out of town. We have to skip the show. That happens a lot more during the warm months. So I definitely am going to be taking some trips over the summer. So,
taking trips, especially with them packages,
Right.
Take a trip,
you know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? With the bricks.
And they, you know what I'm saying? The countries might name themselves that. Right. And we still moving them right. Yeah.
But anyways, but yeah, we appreciate y'all checking us out, man. Just one more time for the record, hit the buttons. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Brothers and sisters.
We need
funds.
Allocated. So we can be able to put up the school.
And so I ain't got to answer the door in the middle of the podcast. Man. But yeah, man, so we appreciate y'all checking us out. This has been episode 241. And this is your man, Kurt. And this is
Howard.
And we'll see y'all on the next one, all right?